Consumers are encouraged to use the interest rate cut as an opportunity to review their finances, budget and not take on new debt. Business reporter Ntokozo discussed this with Momentum Group's consumer financial education expert Salem Nyathi.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Now, some of us were hoping for a higher interest rate cut in our dreams. But of course, the 25 basis points are going a long way, especially when you add to the cuts that we did see at the end of last year. Just talk us through what this means for consumers, the kind of reprieve that they will be receiving.
Thank you so much for having me. So when we look at the reprieve, this is a benefit for consumers, especially when we look at consumers who have home loan repayments, credit card debt, vehicle finance. It really is a benefit for them because all it means is that the installments that they're paying or they have been paying is now less. They will really see in rand value paying less. But it also means that this is a good time for consumers to actually review their finances because, this is a good time for you to actually look and say, what is the rand value for me, for my household?
Those different segments that you talk about, someone owning a car, owning a house, those installments are relatively high. But talk us through different kind of segments as well, like consumers with debts.
You do see a savings. Now, if you're a person who's not close to your personal finance, you may think that, this is not really a big deal. And look, we do understand that consumers are still suffering the aftermath of the festive season. And we know that with the festive season also came with its own expenses. Now people are trying to catch up with their January obligations. But what it means is that now that you have the saving that you have, you can make a decision to say, I'm actually going to continue paying that installment, which in essence translates to you as paying more for your actual installments. Or you could take the option of saying, I'm going to take that money that I'm saving and I'm going to start an emergency fund, for example. Or I'm going to start saving, even have a frolic budget, right? Because people feel they work so hard for their money, but they don't get to enjoy it. Nobody says don't enjoy your money, but always saying is plan for nice enjoyment.
How should then consumers just navigate the current environment we are in and manage their finances carefully?
You're absolutely right. We're not out of the woods. Far from it, actually. And now is not the time for people to look at the saving and start unnecessary debt. Look at the saving and start actually adding on to what they have. Because even if you feel like, oh no, I don't have big credit obligations, even the small debt at some point does add up. So now is a good time, for example, to get yourself a financial advisor. I always say when you're dealing with money, you need somebody who understands that can help you navigate the concept of money. So now is the time to get that financial advisor, put your savings in plan, have that emergency fund, and also just make sure that you start healthy financial habits and keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Salem, for those insights, keeping the momentum going and really looking thoroughly and combing through your finances in this period to just ensure that you are in a healthy position and make the most of the interest rate cuts. That's the message there from Salem Nyathi, who is a consumer financial education expert with Momentum Group. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Ntokozo in Sandton, Johannesburg.